sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the New York Giants. And off we go from Denver. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They start the drive with Peterson. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Eight yards to go on second down. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A huge play there for Denver.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, the offense has moved the ball pretty well on this drive, but now the defense, they're bowing their neck up a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, not only are they bowing it up, but I think they took a little bit of a gamble there because on second down, they sent people after him and got him.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Giants are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. Running again with Barkley on second down. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
By that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Handoff comes to Peterson. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Giants on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Wiggles free. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
And, Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect. Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
Room here to run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Complete to Darius Tony. A gain of 26 yards. First down, New York.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Airing one out deep for Holmes here. And this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. The point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Broncos nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now Saquon Barkley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2nd and 11. Finds his tight end Ingram. And some room to work. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncosians are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, Wilson will keep it. And some strong running. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
On 3rd down, it's Peterson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. This is the tight end fan. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time, and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And McManus able to put it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3rd drives the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down, even though he's still in the pocket. He had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
At the 15-yard line.
Second and 12.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now Wilson back into his end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second and 1. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They go play action here on first down.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He's going to air one out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Hampton, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Giants have it. It's picked up, and his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. He'll look to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Touchdown! Evan Ingram hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Broncos 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson, he's got it. It's Escobar. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Throwing is Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
The give to Peterson out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They give it to Peterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now Wilson. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 14. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This will be caught. Judy. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll roll him out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson letting one go deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st down, New York.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. They'll run with Barkley. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense? Right?
Yeah,
if you know,
on him.
Right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
They'll keep it on the ground. Parham. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
37's the Mike. Mike 37. And watch delay.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And they take a knee. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Coming to you. Coming to you.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish. And Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And who's got it? The Giants. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
7 yards to pick up there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
On first down, Wilson.
That's caught left side by Judy.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. One last shot for Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were booed.